morning, I'm Terry from Sweet Pea Papers, the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, and the Junk Journal and Paper Crafts Facebook group. The other thing I would like to mention is that if you look above the description next to where you clicked for the like button, and please click the like button, is a join button. And if you'd like to join me for 2 lives a month and a 20% discount in my shop, then you can go ahead and join up for just $1.99 a month. Okay, so this is our ink stained archives, and it's my design team project for Sunflowers and Doors, and it's a combo kit between Mandy at Sunflowers and Doors and Nathalie at LineDotArrow. We left off on page 5. And page 5, 6, and 7, we're going to zoom right through because they're not much of anything hard. I've inked all this up. There's books at the top and the bottom. The writing looks on the books. We're going to make this into a belly band. And the writing on the books, on the bookshelf itself, plus the way this rose goes, leads me to believe, and the butterfly, that this is the bottom. I scan and cut, did a little number on that, so that's fine. And I've inked this up, so all we have to do is glue it on. And then I may have to print out some more pages for cards. I forgot to refill my glue this morning. Now I have to wait for the ever-dreaded bubble. I hope you guys are doing okay today. You may notice my voice is a little better. I haven't been talking at all, so we'll see how it goes as we go along. So we're not going to put it at the top and the bottom. We're going to put it in the center. Well, a little bit closer to the center. Okay, we're going to put it right there. And then we're going to glue it on the page in the book. Like I said, super easy. And then we'll take a look at some ephemera real quick and see what we see there. I am still sniffly though. And have you ever felt like you have a temperature but you don't have a temperature? Yeah. I've been on this diet, and because I'm really short, I'm only 4'10" and a half, but I weigh the same as I did when I was 5'3". Bad news for the old BMI. So I'm taking one of the medicines, only I'm not taking it through my doctor, which could or couldn't be a wise thing. I watched the Oprah, not YouTube, but podcast, where she interviewed the doctor that her team and whatever got together with and decided to make this what's it called, pink salt version or whatever, that comes out to have the same effect. And I've been having really good results with it. I wonder, why don't we put this butterfly is the same size. Why don't we put it either on top of it? Let's put it on top of it so we can put the wings up. But I've been having real good results with it. It's been 2.5 weeks, and I've lost 7 pounds. So, there you go. And don't ask me what it is. I'm not going to tell you because I don't know your health situation. and I don't want to recommend something to someone that might make them ill. But the problem I have now is not eating, it's under eating, because it takes your appetite and turns it into nothing. Oops, oh, just got paper on the underside, but let's ink her on the underside. I'm using Gathered Twigs, which is one shade darker than Vintage Photo. I like it better than Vintage Photo. I don't go as dark as some of the other ones. I know a lot of people use what do they call it? Walnut Stain, and that's a little dark for me. Why am I inking the front again? Your guess is as good as mine. I haven't had very much coffee. I slept in late. I've been trying to get my sleeping under control. I'm manhandling my brain. To try and sleep when I'm supposed to. So we can put that there. And then when you put the wings up, you'll see the other butterfly underneath. Which I think is kind of cool. Whoops. Let's put the wings up first. There we go. Okay, now, what else can we do? All this cool ephemera. Let's get the small ephemera out. Put a candlestick on your bookshelf and set your books on fire. Let's use this. That'll help cover up some of the squiggles at the bottom. And I think maybe another butterfly at the top. I've got one that looks just like this one that's bigger. Come on, butterfly, get in the right spot. You don't put the other one up here. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So instead of a word, we're putting the hourglass, which it looks like we have quite a bit of time left. Oh no, we don't. We don't have any time left. Our hourglass is empty. I backed all the papers with this. I feel like you could still write over it if you use like a fine line marker, since it's sitting on top of this cardstock. It's not like it's just regular paper. You could use a micron pen. I love those. I haven't done any Zentangles in quite a while. I need to start doing those. I find them relaxing, even though some of them can be quite difficult. But they take your mind off what you're doing. You know what I mean? You're concentrating on that, so all your other worries kind of go away. Except for sometimes frustration. Okay. So wings up. And then we'll just glue the center. I realize the wings will go flat in the book. Put that one up there. I'm going to put it up high enough that I'm not covering up the flower. I could have put triple thick on them, which is similar to glossy accents in the way that it brings out the color, and you can give it a dimensional effect if you don't brush it out too much. I like to brush it out more than you're supposed to, and it gives it a sheen, which is just a light shininess. Page number 6 and 7 are the two halves. So the center spread are the two halves of this image. So all we have to do is put them on. I think the only page I don't have planned out is 10. I should have planned it out ahead of time. It might take us a hot second to get 11 done, so you'll notice I didn't put a lot of flips and flaps in this one. Kind of went a little more, I don't know, traditional for what I would normally do. I think maybe I'll break into some of the pockets. And some interesting pockets with this kit. Yeah, so we may do that. And then we're going to do a stuffed pocket, and I don't remember my notes ahead that far. And I'm going to put this a little closer than normal to the center to help with the illusion that it's all one. Sure it still closes. And I'll make a card for this. Like I said, I'm going to have to go back and print out like some pages like this to make cards with. Yeah, this one's been inked. I need some more iced coffee. My mouth is so dry. And like a silly person, I didn't refill it before I came in here to start to record. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is video 2. I may make this one a short video, if we can manage, because page 12 is just another image as well. Shoot. Stuck my sleeve right in that glue. And here's 2 more large butterflies if I were to cut that ephemera page out that we could put on here. They don't have any butterflies left in the kit, I don't think. Okay. Oh, I think I'm gonna sneeze. And page number 8. Oh. See, I had to look at my notes to see what I was going to make. So, what we're going to do did I ink both of these? No, it looks like I didn't ink the postcard. I think I did. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one of these on either side as a tuck. And then we're going to slide the cards down behind. And then when you have the cards out, you can see the butterflies. Okay? And that's all there is to this page. But it looks neat, and it's a fun effect. I can't believe I didn't stop and figure out number 10 before we started. And I want to be able to see that flower, but I don't want them at the very bottom. And you do want them to be straight. Oh, come on. I did this in another journal recently, only I used the glossy accents on a bunch of little squares, and I made a snippet roll slider, which was fun. You have to make sure they're even on the bottom. Oh, it looks like this one's a little far down. Class 101 in gluing techniques, right? Okay, so now you can see the butterflies and the flower. Then you just take your tag. And your postcard. You slide them right in there. And you slide them right in there. I need something a little wider maybe. Oh, there we go. Okay, just like that. Now, we do have room I forgot I had a library pocket. Got these letters, but we don't have any duplicates. So I don't know what I would spell out. Put book, L-E-A-R-N. Doesn't one of the other pages say learn? Yeah, because knowledge is the only one left. Wisdom. W. O. Oh, I thought I had the whole alphabet. Oh, here's a bunch more over here. I don't have an O. I don't have an I. Because that's a T. Alright, so much for that good idea. What do we got here? These are tabs. If anything, I would rather have a word at the top than anything else. Or a small cluster. Oh no, we can't, because then we can't slide our cards in and out, can we? Well, these are narrow enough that you can kind of slide them in from the side. We're not using any more magnets. See, I just think that's gonna block putting it in and out. Okay. So that's gonna be page 8. And, you know, I actually could put, do I have 2 of them left? I've only got 1 left. I was going to say, if we had had 2 of these left, you know, we still could have put, I still can put that there. These are the cards I really like. I think I said that once before. They make a bold statement. And we can make a pocket out of it. My camera, my table area got moved, so I hope, I know my camera's up a little high versus some other people's, but they only have small work areas. You know what I mean? I have a giant work area. I use a 6x3 table. So about 2 feet of it in front is used up with stuff. My trimmer's over here, and all the papers and stuff I'm using, as you can see, are right here. And then I got space behind that for more papers. I'm wondering about this one. Matches that blue, and it's a collage. And this one, because it's got the bookshelf on it. In fact, it's this picture, though. How about that? don't know if I can fit 3 in there. It doesn't have a gusset. I'll have to wait and see. You know what I need to do is punch that hole out too. So I guess note to all designers, please give us a backing page. Everyone. I run into this with almost every kit. Beautiful collage pages, beautiful pages, and then nothing with a little bitty print, like a little teeny 4-dot print or something on the back. I love this kit though. I love the images in it. I think I mentioned that I'm using Mandy's half of the kit. I like the way the books are done. Is it the one I just inked? It is. Cut out that pillar, but that's all right. Wherever it sees white, it thinks it's supposed to, you know, trace around that. I forgot to put a pencil line right there. My own fault. Let's put the tallest one in. You know what? Maybe if I go one bigger. It was actually the right size. Yeah, we can get all 3 in there. Okay, now let's glue in number 6. I mean number 8. Which is our slider. Since I'm not making a journal cover, this is going to go by pretty quick. I debated on making a folio. Airing right before this is this beautiful book I made, if I do say so myself. It's the favorite book of mine that I've ever made, and it's got lots of lace and lavender. And I know this is Christmas time, but if you would go back and take a look at it, I think you would enjoy it. It would make a beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous Christmas kit or gift. And yeah, I'm not really getting any views on it. So if you guys would go check it out, like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, that would be awesome. I like new people. and I can go back in. And if you have a group, a Facebook group, or an Instagram, you can join in. Now the Crafty Christmas for December is full, but if you want to join in on some other collaboration I might come up with, then you're welcome to. This is going to be our stuffed pocket. And this is just assembly because I've inked everything. Now, so these are faux file folder tabs, or you could look at them as cards, like what you would find in the library maybe. And we're going to go in this order, and so I want to start with the top one, and I want to still see the tree. So we're going to glue this on, and I'm going to glue it on as a pocket because I don't have a tag long enough to go all the way through. If you have a long card, you can not glue this one, just don't glue it, and then glue the other ones on. The second one, don't glue the bottom. The third one, glue the bottom. Then you'll have a pocket that goes clear from the top all the way down to the bottom. But we're not going to do that today. It's called something else. I can't remember what. No, right, I wanted to we know it's straight by looking at these two, that line across there. It's not centered. And then we've got lines on here as guides. So we'll put this next one on. They've all been inked. Took me a hot second of prep time. To do all this and be ready ahead of time. So when you see me come on here and do it in 30 minutes, it doesn't necessarily, it means it only took me 30 minutes to do the whole thing. You know what I mean? I still have to come up with the idea. I still need to, you know, cut out all the papers, trim them. I thought I had some smaller words. I've got some stamps. I'm sure I can find a stamp that will fit on there. Probably should have done that before I glued them on. Now if you just let these go fly like I do, they will make little balls of glue on your carpet and you'll end up with a bunch of little black polka dots. My carpet is really old apartment carpet. This needs to come up. There we go. and 15 years old. I've lived in the same apartment for 15 years. Yes, 15 years. And so they're remodeling all the apartments when people move out. And they're putting in that fake hardwood floors and, you know, all that good stuff. So now we're going to need cards for this as well. I thought what I would do is put this here as a side tuck. Does it fit on the side? I thought it fit. But I like words to read that way. For some reason that seems right side out for me. Then I'm going to put this little folio inside, little baby one to match the big ones. And then I'm going to put her here. Now there's a bigger one of these. If you wanted to put the next size up on there, you could. Doesn't hurt to put the card with the tree. And I'll come back and ink all of these. That's why it's called a stuffed pocket. Stuff a bunch of stuff in here. And I don't have another one that long, so I'm just going to put it in the center. I wonder if I have something small in here. What about those stamps I put away? There's one of an old tiny camera. And a dog. That way there's something inside and it still leaves writing space. And even though it opens this way, I tended to put pictures this way because when you write on it, you're going to turn it sideways. See what I mean, Jelly Bean? I could have used this littler one. No, it's too small. Alright, let's ink these and get them glued in. Oh, we've only got 5 minutes left. It's been 45 minutes. I guess because we've been doing ephemera as we go. I set it on 45 minutes. Thought I'd try to shorten the videos up a little bit. My videos are so long. I'd like to get a lot of work done. Actually, believe it or not, even though they're an hour long, it makes less videos for you. Oh, that's upside down. So we actually have to put it tab side in. I think I'll do that. I don't think I'm taking this all the way around. Alright, we'll get it glued in the book and then we'll be done for today. So we should be done in 3 videos. And then I can figure out page 10. We'll come back and do 10 and 11. Well, 10, 11, and 12 actually, but you're going to like 11. I like making them. It's a good way to use an 8.5 by 11 portrait. This particular page is going to be an 8.5 by 11 horizontal or landscape. Why are these pages coming out really super wide? And cut, you know, even cut in half. Okay, so this is what we did today. We did our belly band. Let's set this up here. We did our belly band. We did this center page and this other side of the center page. We did this slider. I might have to put a stop at the bottom here, like a little circle, so that they don't go out any further than, you know, they don't slide out the bottom, because they're not the full width to be tight like a writing card would be. Then we did this stuffed pocket page. Okay, so that's it for this video. I'll see you in video 3, and we should be able to finish up pages 10, 11, and 12. And yeah, and then we will film a short flip through, or I will film a short flip through, so that'll make video 4. I had planned on 6, but we got this done so quickly, it all worked so well together that that it worked out really well. Okay, all right, like I said, I will see you in video 3. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.